Okay, what we're seeing here is Manzanilla olive pits. There we go. They're cleaned according to the plant that these were from. After they'd been in brine, which they were in brine, there's not any possibility that these will sprout. Well, I beg to differ, because what you're seeing here are sprouted seeds. Let's see if I can get something here dug out. Now, I can understand the ones on top probably have leached out anything, but these pits have been here for a couple of years. So, you know, it might take a while. It's hard to say, but see how deep they're coming from? Way down there. And the piles at this point right here is about a foot deep. So as the moisture and the heat probably allowed them to naturally germinate. Well, see there, I pulled that one out. But let's see if I can go down here and get one out of a nut itself. Well, no. These are too big. Way too big. Oops, sorry about that. I'm trying to concentrate on the... Earlier in the year I had... See, there's one that popped out. In the year I had them coming out of the nuts themselves, so... Anyways, yeah. I'm gonna grab a handful of these and put them in a pot and just watch them transpire to see exactly if they'll live. Wish I could get one to come out of a... Damn it, they're so deep. So what I did was went out into my garden, and this is some of our custom soil. It's about 3 years old. You can still see the perlite in it. Man, it's growing. You've seen the growth in it, all the weeds and crap, because I ain't taken care of it for a couple of years. And the asparagus is on just out of control. Oh man, check out. The bees are just going nuts on this stuff. It smells like oranges. Huge hedge. But the reason why I'm doing this with this custom soil instead of native soil is you can see how rocky this stuff is. It's pretty compacted. It's got soil element to it because obviously, you know, it's like a 300-acre producing almond orchard. So once you get into the strata of the almonds themselves, the soil never really changed. But just, you know, the element of the trees themselves have changed, brought up the soil. And not only that, but here's another deal. It just rained here like last night. So you can see all the bumps. Well, all the bumps in this soil, those are worm castings. And there's just about nowhere that you can go without walking on them. They're everywhere. And the worms, if you can get your pH levels correct in your soils and the nutrients that they thrive in, a little bit of nitrogen, natural nitrogen, it'll bring the worms. A lot of people want to say, oh, you got to grow certain species of medicinal or any kind of herb and your soils must contain, you know, worm castings. Bull crap. Build the soil to bring the worms to you. That way you know that you've got something rich. I'm telling you, 300 acres here and it's saturated with castings. Anyway, so where I'm going to try to take these plants, because I'm in the middle of trying to experiment with olives that have been canned, and I've got the pits, and it seems that they're sprouting, which I was told that they weren't supposed to. Well, I guess if I was to believe everything I'm told, I would only have my Second Amendment for hunting, right? So yeah, I'm gonna start them in this and then drop the whole soil into a hole out into the area in which we're going to start planting permaculture stuff, and let the nutrients here, leach into the soil a little bit so that the roots can have time to adapt. That's basically the premise. Okay, so what I did was essentially I just dug up a bunch of the beans, and doing so I planted some of these starters. I'm gonna go soak the crap out of it, put it in the windowsill, and see if they'll continue. And I will shoot progress on it. Olives, Manzanilla olives from the seed.